What's going on, team? Welcome. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. Hope you had a great trading day. For those who were able to take trades today during the bank holiday, for those who don't trade today, which is usually the NYC traders when we have a USD bank holiday. Hope you guys stayed patient and stayed away from trades. Gonna give everybody a few seconds here to join. Testing. Alright, so I hear myself on X. Hear myself on YouTube. Perfect. Made the tweets already, so we're live. Just gonna give everybody a few minutes here to join, and then we're gonna get started, guys. Got the X chat up. Got the YouTube chat up. Testing both out right now. We should be good to go. Alright, we're gonna give everybody a few minutes here to join. We'll start at, we'll give everybody another 2 minutes. 7:03 we'll start. Again, if you guys haven't joined yet, make sure you guys join our Discord. Everything we do is free, right? So the one-on-one sessions are free. These daily live streams that we do 2 times a day, Monday through Friday, are free. We do a weekly market breakdown the weekends that are free. So again, make sure you guys join our Discord. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to, what else can you subscribe to, right? Follow me on X. Also do daily live streams here. Give me 1 second, guys. We'll start off in 1 minute. Alright, I'm back. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. Anything you guys want me to explain again, let me know. Any pairs in specific that you guys want me to go over, let me know which ones those are and we'll go over them. The ones we're going to focus on today, if nobody wants to look at anything different, they are the pairs that you see on our right hand side with the red folder, right? So AU, EA, ECAD, EU, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. But again, if you have any questions about any other pair, let me know. We'll go over them. We'll break them down, do what we do best, and we'll go on from there. Alright, gonna get started. I didn't want to wait for these other guys on our Discord that usually are here by this time, but I'm going to start without them. Alright, so let's get started. So we're going to start off AU. Again, the purpose for this session is just to update the 30-minute time frame, right? Pretty much see what price did today and what we could look for going into tomorrow's trading session. Again, I don't really trade London session. I don't trade Asia session. Strictly, right? I trade the end of London going into NYC, so I start looking at my charts at 6:30 in the morning Eastern. All the way till 10:30, 11 a.m. So those are the times that I strictly look at my charts. Will there be times where I am taking trades during London session, early London, right, 3, 4, 5 a.m.? There could be possibilities. There could be days where I do take trades that early. There are also instances where I do take trades during Asia session. Very rarely, but it has happened. But again, mainly I do like to just stick to my NYC session trades. So again, these sessions are just me updating the charts, see what movements we did today, and seeing if we could catch any continuations going into tomorrow's trading session. So we'll start off tonight. Again, we're going to go in order from the top of the bottom. Again, all these pairs that you see on the right hand side, the ones with the red flag, are the ones that we're going to go over. So let's get started. So AU daily time frame, we know we're in an overall downtrend. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation in A2. We want to look for that push to the bottom side to give us that third push to the bottom, that third level. Right now at the bottom of the zone of consolidation in an external time frame, we understand that this is not the best spot to look for sells to continue going to the bottom, so we are expecting a pullback. When we go to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that again we are in a lower time frame consolidating zone, and right now we are at the top of the zone consolidation. We're at the bottom, rejected the bottoms, rejected the highs, went back to the middle, went back to the high, rejected the highs, went back to the bottom, rejected the lows, rejected the highs, went back down to the bottom. So at this point, again, we understand that we're just in a zone of consolidation. We just gotta wait for a break of either the highs or a break of the lows, or we wait for these exhaustion candles to the highs to continue those pushes back down to the low of consolidation. We have a counter rise, a week of counter rise, so no continuations today. Price gave us a day of rise as well with the news. Price just kind of consolidated the entire time, but we did finish on a day of rise. We also had a green 4-hour candle. We still know that overall we're still trading between this higher high and this higher low, right? We had this break which gave us this low and this high, right? So at this point we know we don't have any tests of the lows, right? We still have strong lows and strong highs. What's good, Muhammad? Welcome to the stream, my brother. We're just talking about you. It's like, where's he at? But I was a believer. I'm like, man, I know he'll show up. No way he doesn't. Right, so we understand that we're still trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. I'm still expecting price to do exactly what we had drawn out from yesterday. Right, I'm still expecting price to give us these retests of these highs before we even consider taking shorts. So we still got to wait it out. For these pairs where we're kind of just trending opposite, right, just counter trending, I'm not going to go too into details with it. We're just going to wait for them to do their pullbacks. For example, EA is another one where I'm still expecting a steeper pullback, right? We're expecting the pullback to happen between the 4-hour low and the daily low, which is the gray and the blue box. The gray box, everything is color coordinated, as you guys could tell. The gray box is daily time frame highs, right, or the daily time frame lows. The 4-hour boxes are blue. The 30-minute boxes are red. So right now we know that we're trading between this daily and 4-hour high, this daily and 4-hour low. We are in V2 in an uptrend. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, but we know that price could drive down lower. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Had to take my hoodie off, man. It's mad hot today over here in the Miamis. Right, so we know that we're still trading between the daily high and the daily low. When we go down to a lower time frame, not only in the higher time frame do we see lower lows and lower highs, but in the lower time frame 4-hour, we could still see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. We're in the zone of consolidation. We broke below, lower low, lower high, lower low. We have a week of counter drop as well. We can see that price is driving lower into these 4 hours and daily lows. Not only that, we have 2 days of drop. Again, price still making lower low, lower high, lower low. And we know we're trading between this low and these highs up here. So EURCAD is another situation where, again, we can't be looking for buys if price just keeps making lower lows and lower highs, right? So EA is one where we're just going to skip, go on to the next one. EURCAD, we are in V1. We're at the top of the zone of consolidation. Again, in an uptrend, the top of the zone of consolidation is not the best spot to look for a trade. We can see if we zoom in, we're also in the zone of consolidation in the lower time frame. So if we go down to the 4 hour, what do we see? We were consolidating, finally broke above it, And we know we're trading between this 4-hour high and this 4-hour low. Price gave us a pullback to the 4-hour point of interest, which is the last red candle before the push to the top side. We were talking about this yesterday, where a lot of people could be looking at this where this is the break, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price gave us a change of character to the bottom side. But I just don't like how this kind of pullback, right, started with an exhaustion red candle, right? I wouldn't say an exhaustion. This is more of an imbalance, right? It doesn't have a top wick. It's a red candle that was given with the news, so it's not a strong red candle. I wouldn't really mark that as a strong pullback, right? So I have that this entire trend to the top side before we even got the break, right? So from here all the way to the top is just part of the same trend, right? We're not looking at it as higher high, higher low, 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 right? Technically, this is a higher low to the higher high. We're looking at this as all part of the same exact trend, right? So with that being said, I still have this marked with the 4-hour, where we have this 4-hour low, this 4-hour high, and we're trading between the 4-hour high and the 4-hour low. We also know we have a week of rise last week, this past week that just finished, right? We got a week of counter drop. This week, price is just kind of consolidating, just moving sideways. And we could see that. Price gave us a slight little pullback, right? Internally, we could see that these are just lower lows and lower highs the entire time, right? And price here is just moving sideways, right? We're faking out the highs, made everybody believe that this was a break. Faking out the lows made everybody believe this was a break, but we know that this is just price moving sideways. Sorry, give me 1 second, Mohammed. You said EA could give low and push up, right? So if you're talking about today, right? Could price let's talk about, yeah, right? So 2 days of drop, today being the third day. Could price give us this third day a new low into the 30-minute lows and go up, is what you're saying? It could happen, right? And you know, again, it could happen because again, we have 2 days of drop. On the third day, we're expecting that third day low. If price gives us a drop rise or a drop no net, then we're expecting price to continue to drive lower, right, into these 4-hour and daily lows. So 100% we could definitely start looking for pushes back to the top side once we're at these 30-minute lows. Could be an aggressive trade again. This would be mostly an aggressive trade. Could it happen? 100%. Or vice versa, right? Could price just continue to drive down and give us a clean 3 days of drop, and then tomorrow price is gonna go up? That could happen as well. But I'm leaning towards more of the fact of what you're saying, that price could push down into these 30-minute lows and go up because we didn't have any pullbacks in the last day, right? The fact that we have clean imbalance moves to the downside. Could we be expecting price to go up, fill these imbalances, or even just give us a retest of the previous break of structure to then just make lower low, lower high, lower low? Could it give us a lower high somewhere here to then continue to push down to the bottom? That could happen. So, you know, what you want to look for is once price gets to the 30-minute low, just go to the 1-minute time frame, go to the 5-minute time frame. You know, if you don't have an engulfing candle retest, go look for a change of character, break of structure in the lower time frame. Definitely wouldn't be a bad idea. EURCAD just moving sideways to 2 days of no net, right? We still know we're trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high. Once again, this is a pair that we want to start seeing price continue to push to the top side, but we know we're at the top of the zone consolidation. So this is another one where we don't start giving, if price doesn't start giving us higher highs and higher lows, then I'm not going to be interested in trading it. EU, we're in V1, we're in the second level, going to the top side. We're in that first zone of consolidation in an uptrend. We're at the bottom. We're reaching the bottom of the zone of consolidation. We have a weaker rise last week. This week, price continued to make lower lows and lower highs. In the overall market structure, we had higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price went down and gave us a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So daily time frame, price is just moving sideways. 4-hour time frame, we're just making lower lows and lower highs. On top of the fact that we're still making lower lows and lower highs, we also had a zone of consolidation. That price broke below the zone, gave us a retest, and continued to push to the bottom. Not only that, we have 2 days of counter drop. This week being the third week, price went down, gave us a new low, and started to push back to the top side. But again, following the same lower lows and lower high trend. In the 30-minute time frame, we had 2 days of drop. Today being the third day, did we get the third day? No. Again, we had news today. We understand that it was a bank holiday, so we already knew that the probability of price giving us this third day rise was pretty slim, right? Close to none. So we already knew the probabilities. We're in the middle of the zone, right? We're in the middle of the trend. If you notice it, we're trading between this previous high and this previous low. Right now we're in the middle. What do we know about the middle of the zone of consolidation, or in the middle of a zone, whatever the case is? We know this is where the market makers love to trap traders, make us believe that something is going to happen and do something completely different, right? So we also know we have the 800 EMA super close by. Sometimes price likes to use the 800 EMA as a little magnet, so we're just going to stay patient. If we could get an engulfing candle in this little zone, or red green, if we could get a change of character break of structure on a lower time frame to continue this higher high and higher low, then we could safely say that we have a nice entry to take to then continue this trend back to the top side. Till then, I don't want to take any trades. GA, we're in V2, second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top. We're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. Again, price still making lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs. In the 4-hour time frame, again, lower low, lower high, lower low. We got a fake out to the top to fake traders thinking this is a higher high. Price consolidated, finally broke below that zone of consolidation. We have a week of counter drop last week. This week, still going to the bottom, making lower lows and lower highs. 30-minute time frame, price still making lower lows and lower highs. We're still trading between this 30-minute low, this 30-minute high. And then to answer your question on GA, the same way you did on ECAD or on EA, right? Could price use this 30-minute low to go and give us a push back to the top side on a third day of drop? It could happen, right? Could, the example, drawing it out, could we be expecting something like this to happen? Could be a really nice possibility, but again, it's an aggressive trade, right? Because the same thing that we're seeing here on GA, right? We could take an aggressive trade on the 30-minute low, but again, the fact that we're taking this aggressive trade, the fact that we're taking longs when price is still clearly giving us lower lows and lower highs, could price just do something like this where it turns right back around and takes us out and just continues the trend to the bottom? It could happen, right? So again, I pretty much say this anytime we have something like this showing up. It's not that you'll never get that type of entry. It's just very difficult to know which one is gonna work out and which one isn't, right? And it's one of those things where the market isn't going to give you a clean Mona Lisa picture perfect trade every single time, right? When you're taking aggressive trades, or we're talking about taking an aggressive just 30-minute tap to go short from the high to the bottom, or a 30-minute tap of the lows to go back up to the top, right? Because other confirmations that you want to look for that we understand always show up in a continuation trade, right, are engulfing candles, exhaustion candles, lower time frame change of character break of structures, right? When we're looking at market structure, when we're connecting market structure with continuations, with price action. Now when you're looking for longs or for shorts, but you're going against that trend, right now, again, if we're looking for longs here, we understand we're going against the trend because price is, again, still making lower lows and lower highs, right? And we also have to always keep in mind there's two phases in the market: when price is trending and when price is consolidating, right? And this goes in both ways. After a break of structure, you're looking for a pullback, but we know that a pullback doesn't always mean, right? Let's say lower low, lower high, lower low. You have a break of structure. You're not always gonna get a lower high, right? There'll be times where you have the second phase in the market where you get the lower low, lower high, lower low, the break of structure, and price just consolidates, right? And then goes down. So lower low, lower high, lower low. This is where price is just consolidating, right? So what are we expecting? We're expecting that break and retest to continue back down to the bottom. So there's, again, could you take these aggressive trades and could they work out? 100%. Could you also take these trades and them not work out? 100%. So again, for me personally, that'll be the same reason why I wouldn't be looking to take these aggressive trades on EA, right? I would rather take a trade like how could we, we'll draw this out, right? This is what price is doing right now. We have lower low, lower high, lower low, and in this lower low, we've just been consolidating, right? 30-minute lows are down here. Could we take these trades to go up? Yes. But again, we understand that what's the probability of price getting into these 30-minute lows and continuing to the top side? In comparison to, let's say, price would have done something like this where we had lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And then price would have given us a high, right? Meaning, yes, we had this break, which gave us this low and this high, but then price gave us already a higher high, right? Where give us this break, and now we know we're trading between this low, right? And on the pullback, we're trading between this high. If then price reaches our 30-minute low, once we had a higher high set, then we could take these trades to continue the push, to the top side. In comparison to taking these 30-minute trades off the low when price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs, right? Our probability that price is going to continue to make higher highs and higher lows after we made the initial break of structure is a higher probability of taking this aggressive trade rather than taking this aggressive trade on a 30-minute time frame going long when price is still making lower lows and lower highs without a break of structure or change of character to the top side. Right? I hope that makes sense. And there's other things we could connect to it, right? Like if we really break it down and just go one by one and try to see every single thing that price is doing, right? When we break it down, let's go back down to here. What do we already see? Internal time frame. We have lower low, lower high, lower low. Price went up and already gave us an exhaustion candle to the top side, right? If price, let's break that down here too, right? Let's say price in the internal time frame would have given us lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, and then it would have given us again the same thing. We'll still be trading internally between this low and whatever high was set up here. If price comes back down to here, then yeah, we could expect something like this to happen to continue this trend to the top side. But the fact that price already gave us that exhaustion candle to the top side, making us already understand that this break of structure is not a break of structure, it's just a testing candle, that already gives us an upper hand to kind of understand like, okay, the probability of price coming back down to this 30-minute low and giving us this uptrend push because of this candle, it already went down significantly, right? Significantly. So those are kind of the differences between those two entries, which is the same thing here. Again, we still see lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high to where we're at now, right? So we just want to be patient with that. Again, could you take those aggressive trades? 100%. Are they worth it? In my opinion, they're not worth it. Could they work out? Yes. But again, I'm not in the business of, could they, probability, gamble trading. I'd rather take what I know 100%. GCAD, just 3 days of no net just moving sideways. We know that GCAD's in the top of the zone consolidation. We already have a break of the high consolidation. So could we already confidently say that we are in level 2 going to the top side? 100%. After a break of structure, we're expecting a pullback. So That's exactly what we'll be waiting for on GCAD. We're expecting a pullback. Now, could that pullback be the same thing as we talked about? We understand that a pullback isn't always higher high all the way down to a higher low. We know that it could be a little zone consolidation. We know it could be a little pullback between 23.6 and 38.2 in the fib levels. Um, looking at it into a lower time frame, we know that level 2 we want to see price bounce off the 200 EMA. So could we just get another push down to the 200 EMA 100%? We could see in a lower time frame price is just moving sideways, so it just makes it more easier for us. Why is it easier? Because at this point, what are we looking for? We're looking for a break of the lows or the break of the highs. And right now, even if we, from this point where we had the line here, right, did we get a break of structure? No. These candles are just testing. These are just testing candles. None of these candles were a break of structure. So we still don't have a break of the highs. We still don't have break of the lows. So we got to be patient with it. Right? We don't have any continuations in the 4 hour, no continuations in the daily. So GCAD, we got to wait for them as well. GJ, similar to US30 and gold, we're in peak high territory. We finally got the first green candle to break above the line, right? So let's see if we can continue the uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. In the 4 hour, we're just consolidating again. We had a week of no net last week. This week, price finally pushed up to the top side. And the 30-minute time frame, we had a 372 today, right? If again, bank holiday for a 372, am I looking for ADR to be hit? Absolutely not. 102 pips was STP, we only did 70. Another thing, on a 372, are you looking for STP or are you looking just for the third day high? Right, so if you took this trade, which was an engulfing candle retest, right, if you got that retest, which happened at 2:33 a.m., right, you would have had a nice just 18-20 pip range. If you held it a little bit more, you had 50 pips to play around with before you had that red candle pushed down to the bottom, right? So a nice little 372, right? Couldn't ask for better movements out of GJ today. At this point we have the 30-minute high and the 30-minute low. Could we be expecting price to give us a slight pullback before we continue the push to the top side? 100%. Could we finish on a no net today and then tomorrow continue the uptrend push? It could, but GJ is another one where I'm not really interested in trading it at this point until we get solid movements into the trend that we're trading in the overall, in the higher time frames. GU daily time frame, we're in V1, we're in the first zone consolidation and an uptrend. Again, this is another pair that we are consolidating at the top of the zone. Lower time frame, we're also again just moving sideways. We've been moving sideways since December of 2023, so we've been 6 months just trapping traders, right? Making them believe that these were going to be break of the highs to continue the higher highs and higher lows. And what did price do? And went right back down to the middle. Again, gave us another fake out of the highs, then went back down, gave us another fake out of the lows, went back down to the highs, or went back up to the highs to where we're at now since May 23 of 2024. So for pretty much a whole month we've been in the same highs. Right here in the 30-minute time frame, you can see that we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price went down and gave us a lower low change of character. And again, we know that we're trading between the 30-minute low, the 30-minute high. On Monday, price tapped into the 30-minute low, gave us a low, high, higher low, no net on Tuesday. Today, Wednesday, price gave us a slight day of rise, and it gave us a 4-hour green candle. Right, so again, we know this is not a, we don't have any continuations, but we can see higher highs and higher lows the entire time. I want to see, do we have any engulfing candles here? Any red greens? Nothing in the daily. Red green in the 4 hours. We have one here, but it's not valid because that second red candle did not close below the first. In the 1 hour, green red, not valid. Red green, perfect. Alright, red green candle. Could we be expecting a pullback down into this zone here to continue that uptrend push? It could happen. What time frame is this? The 1 hour. Could be interesting. All right, let's mark that down. 1 hour engulfing. All right, in the 30-minute, this pullback's a little bit steeper than I would like, but it could happen. All right, so we'll continue to look at GU. We'll write that down in our trading journal for the day. That's a 2024 trading journal. But it's not a valid one. It's not right. Which one are you talking about? My bad. I don't know if you just sent that or GBP USD longs bullish engulfing going long for GJ. Shit, I don't know which one are what were you talking about? I'm sorry. I didn't see it. Um for GJ, I don't really have anything on GJ, to be honest with you. Again, this is one that's in peak high territory, so anything that it's really given here in peak high territory or vice versa, peak low territory is not valid. The entry for today, got you. So the entry for today, yeah, if we're really being technical with it, you know, it wasn't valid just for the technical sense that the 372 was hit, right? The third day high was hit before we even got the retest, right? So we got the engulfing candle, red, red, green, right? But that green engulfing candle gave us that third day high, right? And there's a lot of reasons for today as to why, right? Like not even the 372 or anything like that. It's just the fact that it's a bank holiday. Um, you know, it's difficult to take a trade, right? It's very difficult to take a trade on a bank holiday, even though the first candle too. Yeah, this one is fine, right? Because we could even go into the 1 hour too, and you could see it. Because GJ is such a fast-moving pair compared to, you know, AU or EU, where if that first candle still has a body on it, right? If let's say I'll draw it out, right? Let's say the red candle would have looked something like this, where well, let's draw it out a little bit easier. Right? Let's say that red candle would have been something like this. Right, where it's a small body, like something like that, then I wouldn't really count it, right? Let's see if we can find one actually, right? It's easier to look at an example on the chart so you can know, you know, kind of exactly what it is that I'm trying to refer to. But again, to go back to what I was saying, a pair, okay, exactly, boom. A pair like GJ, US30, gold, oil, USD ZAR, you're not gonna find, you know, you're not gonna find these kind of candles the entire time. You'll find them, but where are they given? This is the opening candle, right? 5 p.m. it's an opening red candle, right? No need, I know what you mean, I got you. But just for everybody else to kind of see the difference, right? A pair like GJ, US30, you know, those very big pairs that move 100 plus pips a day, it's very rare to find this candle. So to give you the example, let's say this second red candle would have closed below the first, and then obviously we had this engulfing green candle. It wouldn't be a valid one because that red candle doesn't really have a body, right? That red body is not something to really go off on. So in comparison to this one, yeah, it's still a small body, right? But you could still see there is a little bit of volume going into that, right? So GJ, a good eye on that though, 100%. But that's why it is also, you know, what I talk about a lot, where it's good to know what pairs you're trading and the difference between every single pair, right? Because again, on a pair like AU or a pair like you know, EU, or any other pair that doesn't have a lot of pips, like any pips or any pair that's below 60, 50 pips, I wouldn't consider this a valid engulfing candle because of that red candle. Um, but again, GJ, gold, US30, USD ZAR, Bitcoin, oil, those big pairs, yeah, those big pairs you would want to consider those body candles. they do have some type of weight on them. GU, we did that already, right? We're looking for that 1 hour retest, the engulfing. Right, and again, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Any other pairs you guys want me to go over, whether or not they're on our list, let me know. Once we finish these last 5 pairs, we'll be done for the night, and then we'll be back tomorrow morning for the live trading session. So make sure you guys take advantage of this, man. I'm here for another, class supposed to be really an hour. Sometimes we finish earlier just because, again, these last 3 days, there really hasn't been any type of crazy movements. We know we have the bank holiday today, so after today, right, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, we should be having some pretty good movements. So US30, again, similar to GJ, we're in peak high territory. We're in the middle of the zone, in between the daily high and the 4-hour high, the daily low and the 4-hour low. And we're just consolidating. We're really, if we just zoom it out here, we know that we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and now price is going lower low, lower high, lower low, going back up to the top, higher high. Right, when we're looking at it like this. And price, again, is just moving sideways. If we really want to look at it, just look at it this way. Right, price is just moving sideways from here to here. Right, faking out the lows, going to the tops, faking out the highs, going back down to the lows, going back up to the highs, faking the highs, going back down to the lows, faking the lows, going back up to the highs, faking the highs, and then again just moving sideways. So once we already could see, okay, cool, we're just moving sideways, price is just faking traders out, what could we be expecting? Is just, it makes trading a little bit easier, right? I want to look for these continuations, right? And if price doesn't give us any continuations, then it is what it is, right? We're still looking for price to break above the highs, or we're looking for price to break below the lows. We know we have an engulfing 4-hour candle here at the bottom of the zone. Could price give us a, there's a few things that price could do here. For a lot of traders, a lot of people are looking at this as a bullish flag post pattern. A lot of people are looking at this as a consolidating zone that gave us an exhaustion green candle. So people are seeing this as, oh, price is going to sell off and go back down to these lows, right, to do something like this. Again, or the bullish flag post pattern where we consolidate between 23.6, 38.2 and continue to push to the top side. A lot of people are looking at this as, the smart money concepts or smart Roger concepts, where you're just looking for price either break above to continue or break below to continue. There's a whole bunch of people right now waiting for something to happen, right? There's a lot of people just looking to enter. We're not one of those people, right? We're gonna wait for something that's gonna give us a valid confirmation that this is exactly what's gonna happen, right? Because before that, there's really nothing else, right? We're not gonna sit here and just throw in on our guess and just be like, oh, this is what we see, let's get in the trade. Like, no. If we get an engulfing candle and we get the retest, boom, straight back to the top side, or vice versa. If we get an engulfing bearish candle, then we'll take those retests going back short. But it's the same thing that we were talking about last week, right? We had a bullish exhaustion, went right back down to the bottom. We had a fake breakout of the highs. Once we got the retest of the fake breakout, we went right back down to the lows. Fake breakout of the lows to continue to push to the top side. So we just got to continue that same trend and we'll be fine. USDCAD, we know we are in a market makers pattern uptrend. We're in V2, second zone of consolidation, and an uptrend. We're at the top of the zone of consolidation, so not the best place to look for a trade. We have a month of counter drop. We have a week of counter drop. Price still making lower lows and lower highs. In the 30-minute time frame, we're still making. We went higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price gave us a lower low, lower high, and we know that we're still trading between the 30-minute high and the 30-minute low. We had 2 days of drop. Today being the third day, price gave us 3 days of drop. Now, could we be expecting now after 3 days of drop, market could no net or go up? So, could we be expecting now? Let's look for an engulfing candle. Do we have any engulfing candles? Valid red, red, greens. Nothing in the date, or nothing in the 4, nothing in the daily. In the 1 hour, we have a red, red, green, but this first, again, the red candle is more of a not so strong of a candle. We have that crazy wick to the top. The green candle did not close above the first red candle, And again, we already know that it's not a strong retest because price went down into it once. Next candle went up and went down. It was just left a wick, both going both sides. The next candle was another green candle. The next candle was another red candle that just went back down into the zone. So we already know this is not the strongest place to look for these buys. We also know we have the 800 EMA internal time frame. We have lower low, lower high, lower low, price consolidated, lower high, lower low. So gotta just wait this one out as well. There's really no confirmations here that tell us like, oh, we're gonna get into these buys now. Like, no. Gotta wait it out. Gotta wait it out, guys. Being patient is gonna pay. Trust me. I'm gonna use these lows here. And now we have a stop loss zone at 6 pips. Wouldn't be bad. Right? And then again, Muhammad, this could be another situation where, oh, could we just expect price to go down into these 30-minute lows and then continue to push to the top side? It could happen. USD ZAR, very similar to USD CAD. We're in V2. We're in the second zone of consolidation and an uptrend, and right now we're in the middle of that zone of consolidation. We can still see price making lower lows and lower highs. In the 4-hour time frame, same thing. We at one point we were trending, going higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then price went up, gave us a lower high, lower low, lower high to where we're at now. Price gave us another lower low. So at this point, we know that we're trading between this 4-hour high up here. We know that we have this break. This low that we have is still not set, so I'm not gonna move this just yet. Daily time frame, again, we're still in the same spot. No updates here. See you tomorrow, bro. Brother. No problem. I'll see you in the morning. Have a good rest of your night. We have another day of drop. Lower low, lower high, all the way back down to the bottom. Lower low. Right, and again, I'm not gonna update this one just yet. We're gonna keep this one like this. Gold, daily time frame, again similar to US30 and GJ. We're just in peak high territory. We can see that the daily time frame, we're kind of just consolidating here, but we can still see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Internal time frame, we can see an engulfing daily candle going short, but I'm not gonna mark that as a valid one. In the 4-hour time frame, again, we can see higher high, higher low, higher high. Price in the internal started making lower low, lower high, lower low, broke down this lower low, and again, we're just kind of moving sideways here. Could we be expecting price to give us a lower high? Could we expect them to continue this push up to the top side? It could happen, but we have no confirmations of that. At this moment, price is on the 800 EMA. On the 800 EMA, we're just moving sideways. We had a day of rise yesterday. Today, price just gave us a day of no net where price is just moving sideways. So once again, we don't really have any confirmations of what price could do or what it wants to do. Very similar to that other pair that we were going over with the bullish flag post, right? We saw somebody today tweet about this pair, right? And I don't remember who it was, but I tweeted about it. Let me see if I can pull up the tweet. Right? He was like, "Oh, what do you think is gonna happen with this pair? Are you guys looking for buys? You guys looking for sells?" Right? And you know, out of the habit of me tweeting back, I had to say my piece. It's like a lot of people were saying sells, a lot of people were saying buys, but it's like, truth be told, we don't have any confirmations, right? You know, a real trader is gonna look at this and it's just like, okay, he's showing this screenshot here, which again isn't a bad screenshot, but what makes it a bad screenshot is somebody who doesn't really know about trading, or I wouldn't even say that, right? Somebody who's not really, who doesn't really understand the full picture, right, is gonna tell you, oh, this is clearly gonna sell, right? And it's just because they're looking at, okay, well, price went up like crazy, we're at the top, price started slowing down, right? A lot of people were saying that this green candle here, this blue one in his screen, right? Oh, this is an exhaustion candle, and then price went down, and then a lot of people were talking about, oh, this is an engulfing candle, which again is not a valid engulfing candle because it didn't close below the fucking first green candle. And they're saying, oh, we had higher high, or I'm sorry, yeah, we had higher high, higher low, higher high. Price consolidated, higher low, higher high. oh, this is a higher low, so price has to go back up, right? And then just there's too many confirmations here. There's too much confluence. There's too many rules here being played out, which you could see again. You know you're in a zone of consolidation because again, the zone of consolidation is meant for what? It's to trap traders to collect contracts, right? Is to make the higher high and higher low traders that think that this is going to be a higher high, higher low retest to continue to push to the top side. This is where a lot of people were going into buys and then got stopped out, right? To make sellers believe that this is an engulfing candle. And if you go and we look at our chart again, that engulfing candle in the 30-minute time frame, right? If you're trading this how you're supposed to trade it, right, where you think that this is going to be the engulfing candle retest, as soon as that next candle opened up, it hit your stop loss, right? Because if you're trading this as an engulfing candle, you have your stop loss here at the top of the zone at 29 pips, right? And look how many times you got hit out. You know, even this one where again is not a valid engulfing candle, but even if you wait for the confirmation of this red candle, right? This red candle closed below the zone. You got another green candle that made people believe that this was going to be the retest to then go and continue to go short. And what happened? Price again went back up on top of the zone and hit your stop loss again. So all these traders that thought this was where price was going to give us a retest to continue going short, your stop loss was hit. All the traders who thought that this was going to be, you know, the retest to continue the push to the top side, your stop losses were hit as well. And again, that's what the zone of consolidation is. It's just the market makers trapping traders. The market makers are collecting contracts, right? On top of that, again, his screenshot was just a little bit zoomed out, but you could still see it, you know. For the traders who think these are going to be buys because you're trading between a bullish flag post pattern, it's very simple. Like, you know, you have your fib from here to here. You're looking for a 23.6 or 38.2 retracement, and that's exactly where we're at. So this is another one where, okay, how many traders do you think triggered and have buy stops at the 38.2 retracement and are in these buys right now, right? There's a whole bunch of things, and again, both traders right now are just wrong. We have the 800 EMA, we have a zone of consolidation. For me to enter a fib retracement, a 23.6 or 38% fib retracement, what do I want to see? We know we're in this zone of consolidation. If we would have had a real break of structure and then the pullback, right? This is a testing candle. This is not a break of structure. But if we would have had a break of structure and then the pullback, then I would 100% be taking these trades to go back up. But the fact that price is still just giving fake breaks of the highs, fake break of the lows, just continuing to move sideways, giving us fake engulfing candles, giving us fake exhaustion candles. Where are we going? Right? Everybody who's answering this question, who's seriously answering this question, saying, oh, we're gonna go sell, we're gonna go buys, they truly have fucking zero clue of what's going on in the markets. Zero clue. They have no fucking idea what's going on. So gold right now for me is at a standstill. There's nothing here on gold telling me that price is going to continue to go up. The daily time frame is giving me higher highs, higher lows, and higher lows. The internal time frame going into the 4 hours telling me lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows. The 30-minute time frame, right? It's going both ways. We had low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price gave us lower low, lower high, higher low, because technically we're still trading. If we're looking at the internal time frame, we're still trading between this low and this high, but we just made lower low, and right now we're just in the middle. We're just consolidating. So where are we going? Right? And then another part of me just feels like a lot of these guys just tweet out for engagements, right? I don't know that trader. I don't personally know him. I don't know of his stats. Could he just be tweeting this picture to make, you know, to prove a point? Like, yo, these people really are saying buys or sells when he's really looking at, he might be looking at this as like, you know, how could you possibly be looking for anything right now? It doesn't make any sense, right? At all. I mean, like, this is a horrible, any way you look at this, it's a horrible place to look for a trade. Again, horrible. So gold, we just gotta let it go. Bitcoin gave us a nice little 30-minute engulfing candle. going short to continue, but we know again this is another one that hasn't finished for today, so this is I'm not gonna update this till tomorrow morning, but pretty similar to gold. We're in peak high territory, price is just moving sideways. We have no continuation in the daily. The 4 hour we had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, but you know externally we just gotta zoom this out a little bit. We know that we're still trading between this high and this low. We had a week of drop last week. This week we could still see that continuation, making lower lows and lower highs. Today, if price doesn't finish lower, then we could just finish on a day of no net where price is closing exactly where we opened last night. Um, which wouldn't be ideal, but it could happen. But again, Bitcoin is one we'll just update tomorrow morning in the live trading session. And then oil. Oil's another one where we had an engulfing. No, we didn't. Did we? I thought we did. I thought I had marked one today, but I think it wasn't a valid one. But oil, all good, right? Oil, we know we are in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation in the downtrend. We're in the middle of the zone of consolidation, so not the best place to look for a trade. We know that we have 2 months to drop. This month being the third month, we had a new low being set, and then price started going up. So we could already assume that next month price is going to continue this downtrend push. In the 4 hour, we had 2 weeks of drop. On the third week, price gave us a nice drop, which we already knew. Okay, after 3 weeks of drop, or after 3 days of drop, or after 3 months of drop, the next week or the next day or the next month, we're expecting a week of rise. That's exactly what price did. Gave us a week of rise. This week, price continued the higher high and higher low. We had a little zone of consolidation, and you can see where we have this all drawn out. Okay, all good. We had 3 days of rise. After 3 days of rise, again, we're expecting a drop or a no net, and price gave us a no net. So it's doing exactly what it needs to do. Right now, we could still see higher highs and higher lows and higher highs. We're still trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high. I'm not saying that this is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher. No. This is all part of the same trend. We know that we're trading between this 30-minute low, right, and the 30-minute highs up here. So now that we have a no net, we're still making lower lows and lower highs. Or I'm sorry, we're still making higher highs and higher lows. I cannot be looking for shorts. I cannot be looking to sell until we start making lower lows and lower highs. Could we sit here and argue that this is a zone of consolidation and we broke below the zone of consolidation? This is not a real break, first of all. Right? This is still not a break of structure. This is a testing candle. So until we don't get a clean change of character, break of structure, I cannot be trading this pair. This is not a pair right now that I'm comfortable taking trades in until we start getting that change of character, break of structure to the bottom side. It's 4 hour high. We could start marking it this way. This is perfect, right? And that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over? If not, you know, we're done for the night. The only pair I have on our list that we could just continue to keep an eye on, and is not, again, it's not even a good one because of the 800 EMA, very similar again to gold, is GU. So you know, again, this is gonna be where we're just gonna have to keep a close eye on these pairs. Gonna have to just wait it out, see what price wants to do going into the NYC session. Real quick before we get off, let's check the news. Forex Factory, we have high impact news. The first set of folders for Thursday, which is tomorrow the 20th, is 3:30 a.m. for CHF pairs, 4 a.m. for the CHF pairs, 7 a.m. for GBP, and then 8:30 a.m. for USD. So tomorrow should be an interesting day, because we don't have too much news overnight, and GBP is really rare for them to have news at 7 a.m. I'm not going to be expecting the GBP pairs to move overnight during Asia or London session. Could they move, you know, could they still move at that time? 100%. But just make sure you guys are present for the GBP news at 7. It could be pretty interesting to see how the markets shape up for that. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the night. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I'll give you guys another couple more minutes here, like a minute or two, to ask questions. If not, again, make sure you guys join the Discord, completely free. You guys can request one-on-one sessions with me, completely free. You know, we do these daily live streams twice a day, Monday through Friday. The live trading session in the morning, the breakdowns, the isolation sessions, which is this one. And then in the weekends we do the weekly market breakdown. So Make sure you guys take advantage of what we do here, and that's pretty much it, man. Again, any questions, let me know. Any other pairs you guys want me to go over again, let me know. Whether or not they're on our list. If not, I'll give everybody till 7:56. So exactly another minute. We just switched over to 7:55. So you guys got 55 seconds. If not, we'll be done for the day, and that's pretty much it, man. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Make sure you guys get your charts ready going into tomorrow. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.